you're still here, breathing gently. The edges of sleep brushing against you like feathers drawn through silk. No need to move. Let the story cradle you a little longer. The lantern flickers again. But time has passed. Many years now, and both Corwin and Linnet have long since joined the hush beyond the veil of stars. The cathedral still stands, a little worn, perhaps, but proud, sun-creased, and held together with mortar and memory. Visitors come and go, some to pray, some to admire the great rose window, some just to walk in peace, and sometimes, every so gently, a child or an old scholar wanders into that forgotten stairwell. They do not know why, they just feel it, like a thread tugging softly in their chest. The lantern is still there, weathered now, its carvings smoothed with time and touch, but it glows still. Only at night, only when no one is watching too hard. There are many stories told about it. Some say it was carved by a saint. Some think it marks the resting place of a hidden relic. Others believe it's just a beautiful piece of old stonework, catching the moon in just the right way. But one old man knows the truth. He walks slowly now, a cane in one hand and a warm wool cloak wrapped around shoulders that have seen many winters. He doesn't visit often, just once a year, always on the same night. The night when the stars seem closest, and he climbs the worn steps just as his grandmother Linnet once did. He rests beside the lantern, breathes in the hush, and whispers, "Thank you." Not to the stone, not to the air, but to something older than both. The feeling, the warmth, the dream. The cathedral has known war. It has known joy. It has echoed with weddings and wept with bells at dusk, but through it all, that small lantern has glowed, not to guide footsteps, but to quiet the mind, to hold the weary just long enough for them to feel weightless, like stars drifting, like thoughts dissolving, like sleep. So tonight, as your breath deepens once more, and your thoughts slow like autumn leaves spinning toward earth, let yourself visit that stairwell in the quiet corners of your mind. Let your feet find the stones. Let your fingers brush the smooth handle and whisper whatever your heart needs most to say. The lantern will hear you, always. It doesn't judge, it doesn't speak, it simply holds the light you forgot you still carried. And now, close your eyes, dear dreamer. Let the final words fall like dust settling in sunlight. You are safe, you are warm, you are not alone. The bells are quiet now. The wind is soft, and the lantern still glows. For you, always for you. Sleep well. The cathedral has one watcher who never sleeps. He doesn't breathe, he doesn't blink, but he sees everything, and he remembers. He is called Avel, one of many carved creatures perched high along the roofline, but the only one with eyes that still shimmer when the moon is full. Avel is a gargoyle. Not fierce, really, not frightening, though his wings stretch wide and his claws curl like ancient root. He has watched over the cathedral for 600 winters, watched the fog roll in from the hills, watched snow blanket the world in silence. And he has watched the lantern. From his angle, he sees just the softest glint of it through the upper archway, tucked behind that old curve of stone. He's watched every soul who ever paused near it, every whisper it's ever heard. Avel knows its story, but he's never told a soul. You see, in the old days, it was believed that gargoyles didn't just spout rainwater. They listened. They were guardians of sorrow. They soaked up bad dreams, drained off sadness like rain from the roof. Avel liked that idea. He still does. He can't move, but he feels. And sometimes, if you listen closely, you might hear a low hum near his perch. Not quite a voice, not quite a sound, just presence. He remembers Corwin, the soft-footed apprentice who carved late into the night, who hummed little songs under his breath and warmed the stone with gentle hands. He remembers Lynette, with her soft steps and brave heart. She was the only one who ever looked up and whispered, "Thank you for watching." And now, Evel watches a new visitor. A young girl, no older than 10. She's not supposed to be in the tower, but she's clever and careful and curious in the way of all children who feel unseen. She tiptoes up the stairwell each week, carrying a satchel that clinks. Inside, little glass bottles, filled with air. To anyone else, they're empty, but she insists each one holds a captured moment, a thought, a breath. She places one by the lantern each visit, and whispers, "For those who are alone tonight." Avel has watched her grow for 3 seasons now, and he wonders if this is how dreams spread, passed down, not in words, but in quiet acts, done with care, and left behind like pebbles in a stream. Tonight, the air is colder, the wind pulls at the girl's braid as she climbs. But she doesn't stop. She kneels before the lantern, takes out her smallest jar, and holds it to her lips. Then she breathes in, slowly, quietly, and closes the lid. She doesn't say what she captured, only smiles and leaves the jar behind. Avel watches the candle in her satchel flicker out, and as she disappears down the stairwell, he feels something, not movement, not sound, but warmth, as if the lantern's light has curled outward again, just a little, down below. Bells mark the midnight hour, but above, beyond the tick of gears and hum of wind, there's only stillness. The lantern glows, the girl sleeps, and the gargoyle keeps watch. In the hush of stone, in the gentle cathedral breath, you may rest too. Let your thoughts become little glass jars. Set them down beside the lantern. Let go of what you carried today. Sadness, doubt, worry, place them all there. The watcher will guard them. The lantern will warm them. And you can float, because here, in this cathedral of dreams, you do not have to hold anything. Just breathe, just drift, just sleep. Avel is watching. The lantern is glowing, and the night is quiet.